I
Yeah,
think it's
okay.
possible.
Yeah, okay. Now, okay. Okay. So last week we have finished the Adipati. Yeah. Adipati we have already finished. So today is Ahara. Yeah. Ahara. Ahara means bringing, but here we usually translate contributing factor or bringing or making happen. So ahara is, we can say like, let's say the ahara means bringing us to some destination. Yeah. So if we give example with the, we are going by train. So the train is ahara. Train bring us to the destination. Yeah. So without train, if the train stop, we stop. So with other vehicle too. So ahara is like that. So bringing us. So these there are four kinds of ahara. So these ahara to which destination? Yeah, to which destination bring us. So the first one you can look at here, Kabalikara Hara, yeah, nutrition and nutriment, physical nutriment. So we eat and we get that nutrient essence from the edible food. So that nutrient essence take us to um, uh, to live longer. Yeah, to live longer. So in this way, physical nutriment bring us or take us to the to some destination. Yeah. So second is the pasahara, mental contact. So the rest three are mental. Yeah. So pasahara, mental contact, manosanjetanahara, volition, jetana, vinyanahara, consciousness. So in our life, so every day, so even in this class, we have the contact. Yeah. So if you look at the screen, so there is contact. If you hear my voice, you have a contact. So that contact and generates another kinds of feeling and craving or something like that. So in this way, our samsara is continuing, yeah, continue going and without stopping. So and also Chetana too. Yeah, Jidana too, in our mental thought process, there is evolution, evolution and nutriment. So that evolution and nutriment also generates our new life, new life. So in this way, we are going around the samsara without stopping. And Vijnanahara too, consciousness nutriment too. So in this way, these four kinds of ahara bringing us for the Gablikara ahara bring us until the death. Yeah. So during this life, Gablikara ahara bring us, and the rest three uh, bring us until Nibbana. Yeah, until Nibbana. So that is the ahara contributing. And they bring their respective results or outcomes. They enable and support their corresponding results to be produced. So that's why they are called ahara. And Gabaligara ahara, physical nutriment, and this refers to the oja rupa. Yeah, oja. Oja, we have already talked about that in the Rupa Sangha. Yeah, nutrient essence, which is found in the edible food. It brings or produce oja matagarupa. Yeah, oja matagarupa is inspirable, eight kinds of inspirable rupa. Yeah, a material group of eight have been nutrient essence as eight. Although beings are born as devas or humans due to past karma, it's not possible to subsist solely on karma. They must consume physical food to maintain their existence. So in this way, Kabalikara Hara, physical nutriment, bring us until the death. And next, Pasahara, mental content or content nutriment. Pasa Jidasika, which is always accompanied by all Jadas. Yeah, that is, I hope you don't forget. Yeah, Pasa can be accompanied by all Jada. Yeah, it is included in the 7 universal Jidasika. It's called Pasahara. In the cycle existence, samsara, it is crucial. Without contact, there is no feeling. Without feeling, there is no craving. Therefore, samsara will cease if there is no craving. Contact arises when sensitivities and objects interact, leading to feelings of pleasure or pain, which in turn give rise to craving again. So in this way, yeah. So because of the fasahara, we have to go around the samsara. This perpetuates the cycle of existence as beings perform good and bad deeds, prolonging their journey through samsara. And next, mano sanchetanahara, volition or volitional nutriment, chetana chetasika, which is always accompanied by all chetas too, is called the mano sanchetanahara. Volition is also called sankhara, mental formations. Chetanahara, which are either wholesome or unwholesome, give rise to rebirth, consciousness, patisandhi, vijnana. So this one too, like a pasahara, manos and chetanahara bring us all around the samsara without stopping, yeah, without interval. Next is a Vijnanahara, consciousness nutriment. This refers to all types of Jadas. It sustains coexistent mental factors and matter. So, you may guess that in this Abhidhamma knowledge has the unity, must be conformity. So there is a one question out of this concept of the ahara, yeah, that is asanyata sada being. They don't eat food, yeah, they don't eat food, they don't have a fasa, they don't have a chetana, they don't have the vijnana. So how ahara impact to this kind of being? So there is an answer for this question. Asanya Sada beings who have no food eating, no pasa, no chetana, no vijnana, are subsisting through the jhana. Jhana, volition and nutriment. That is the Abhidhamma answer. Yeah? Jhana, volitional nutriment, we call the jhana chetanahara, which has been attained and developed before they come to asanya sada rim. So the whole life of the asanya sada, what kind of ahara is bringing, yeah, bringing. Uh, so that is the jhana chetanahara. Jhana, volitional nutriment, is making to prolong the life of the asanya sada. Okay, so I think that's enough. That is to that is Cheta, yeah. Okay, so that's finished. Mesaka Sangaha is finished, yeah. So today we'll continue to the Bodhipakkhiya Sangaha. Bodhipakkhiya Sangaha, that is a third session in this chapter, and compendium of factors leading to enlightenment. So the chapter that explains and compiles the teachings related to the factors of the path knowledge, Magga which realize the Four Noble Truths, is called the Bodhipakkhiya Sangaha Compendium of Factors leading to enlightenment. In the previous chapter, everything is mixed. Yeah, wholesome, unwholesome, vipaka, resultant, and kriya function. Everything is mixing, yeah, especially wholesome and unwholesome. But in this chapter is only the factors that leading to the enlightenment. Yeah. So what we deal with in this chapter. Here, body, yeah, everybody knows that the path knowledge, yeah, body and maganyana, which realize the Four Noble Truths. Pakha, it means sight. The factors are always on the side of the enlightenment. So the factors in these chapters are always on the side of the enlightenment. So that is the Bodhibhakya Sangaha. So what are mentioned in this Bodhibhakya Sangaha? The first is the Satipatthana 4. Yeah, Satipatthana 4, Kaya-nupassana, Vedana-nupassana, Citta-nupassana, and Dhamma-nupassana. So here the number one refers to the Dhamma body, yeah, Sati. And Samappadhana, yeah, Samappadhana for, and this Pali is very long, so I made the short form, yeah, but I would for the beginner, but you all have already know, yeah, but for the beginner I intended to the beginner. I will explain later detail, yeah. But if I make it brief, the Pali, Opana Akusalanam Pahanaya. Yeah, Opana means arising, already arising. Akusalanam and unwholesome. Pahanaya is eliminate or getting rid of. And Anupana Akusalanam Anupanaya. And Anupana is not arising, not yet arising. Akusala is unwholesome. Anupanaya, trying not to arise. Yeah, Anupana. And next is the Anupana Kusalanam. Anupana, not arising. Kusala, wholesome. And Upanaya, to arise. Yeah, trying to arise. And next is Opana Kusalanam Benyo Bhavaya. Opana, already arising, Kusala wholesome, Benyo Bhavaya, to develop more or augment. Yeah, to augment. So some four kinds of samabharana means the effort uh, to eradicate, yeah, to eradicate unwholesome that has been arising, yeah. And second is anupanaya, not to arise, trying not to arise, unwholesomes, anupana that has not yet arisen. And the third is Opanaya, trying to arise, effort to arise, wholesome action, wholesome deeds that are not yet, that have been not yet arising. And the last one is Benyo Bhavaya, the effort to augment or developed wholesome actions that has already arisen. So these are the supreme effort, Samappadhana. And here, as the ultimate reality, there is only one. There is a Viriya, effort. Yeah, effort. And Adibada, Adibada, and Chandatipada, Viriyadipada, and Chaitadipada, Vimansadipada. So Chanda, yeah, Chanda and Viriya, Chaita, and Vimansa. This is the same as the Adipati, yeah, the same as the Adipati. So they have their respective Dhamma body, ultimate reality, and Indriya. In the previous chapter, mixed chapter, there are 22 indriya. Yeah, there are altogether 22. But here in the Bodhipakkhiya Sangaha, there are 5 indriya. Saddha Saddha, Viriya, Saddha Sati, Samadha Samadhi, and Panya Panya. Yeah. So they also have their respective ultimate reality. And Bala. Yeah. Bala in the mixed chapter, there are 9 Bala. Yeah. Power, but here only 5. And Saddha, Viriya, Sati, Samadhi, Panya. So these both the same. Yeah. And Bojanga, there are 7. And Sati, Dhammavichaya is the same as the Vimamsa, Panya. Yeah. Panya, Dhammavichaya, the same. And Viriya, Piti, Pasadi. So Pasadi, out of the 19 universal beautiful Cetasika, there is two of, yeah, Kaya Pasati, Cheta Pasati, yeah, Pasati, Sambojanga, and Samadhi, Sambojanga, and Ubekha, Sambojanga. Ubekha as a ultimate reality, that is the Tatara Majjatata Cetasika. It's a very, I think, the most difficult Pali words. Tatara Majjatata, yeah, Cetasika. That one too included in the 19 universal beautiful Cetasika. Yeah. And Magga, so here only the path factor, yeah, path factor, only the factors that leads to the enlightenment. Samadeti, Samasankappa, Samawacha, Samakamanda, Sama Ajiva, Sama Vayama, Sama Sati, Sama Samadhi. So altogether, 37 Bodhipakkhiya Dhamma. It's a very famous, Until now, there are many Dhamma talks regarding the Bodhipakkhiya 37. There are many books too. Until now, still publishing, still writing, yeah, in Myanmar. Yeah. So this Bodhipakkhiya 37, the factor 37 is very important. Yeah. Very important to realize the Four Noble Truths. Yeah. The most important. Yeah. Okay. So let's look at the English, translation. And Satipatthana, yeah, Satipatthana, foundations of mindfulness. So this one too. So let's 2 weeks ago, I visit UN in the Geneva. So they are how to say, discussing, yeah, making conference in the education and WHO, World Health Organization. So they are discussing in the conference, mindfulness should be included in the education in the school. Yeah. So, so they, she told me, she explained me that the Burmese lady, she is one of them. Yeah. So she is promoting the mindfulness, yeah, to how to say, to include in the curriculum for the children in primary school, middle school, in the school, yeah, government school. Okay, so nowadays, especially nowadays, the people have mental disease. The few days ago, it's a Burmese lady. It's a very rare, very rare. It's a Burmese lady. Uh, she took a lot of the, what is it, sleeping pills, and then she died. So she has everything, yeah, but we don't see the mental problem, yeah, mental problems. Okay, so mindfulness, satipatthana. So I hope that will develop, yeah, spread around the world, and everybody practice mindfulness, yeah. It's very important. very important. So that if we have the mindfulness, we can handle a lot of problems. Yeah. Even though we have a lot of difficulties in life, if you are mindful, so then you don't feel seriously. You still calm. So that's why mindfulness is very important. Okay, Satipatthana, foundations of mindfulness. So there are four kinds of foundations of mindfulness. The first one is Kaya Nupassana, contemplation of the body. Yeah. So when we walk, Satipatthana Sutta is a very clearly stated how we have to practice the Kaya Nupassana. So every step, every look, yeah, every look, everywhere we go. So if we sit with mindfulness. If we talk with the mindfulness. So if once we lost the mindfulness, our verbal action, mental action, uh, heading towards the unwholesome. So as long as we maintain the mindfulness with us, and all the activities, yeah, verbal, mental, physical activities leads us towards the wholesome. It's a very clear if we practice, yeah. Okay, so the contemplation of the body, but here we don't discuss too much about how to practice. And second is the Vedananupassana, the contemplation of the feelings. So this one also very useful, very helpful. Yeah. Sometimes if we lack mindfulness, if we neglect our feelings, so then that feeling is very clear. It goes to the unwholesome. If the mindfulness is still with us, yeah, whenever whatever feelings we have, if we have the mindfulness, even though we have at the moment we have the very painful feeling, still okay. Yeah, still okay. So that's why the contemplation of the feelings also very helpful. And next is the contemplation of consciousness. It is a little bit difficult, but generally, that one too, sometimes if we walk and if we encounter unpleasant unpleasant object, so then the anger, maybe sometimes very slight anger arise, and dislike, yeah. So dislikes arise. If we look at mindfully, so then we see, oh, there is anger. Sometimes envy, conceits arise. Sometimes greed arise. So this kind of consciousness, yeah. So if we look very carefully, so then we can see, yeah, we can see what's happening in our mind, yeah. And the last one is the contemplation of the Dhamma objects. It's a very wide meaning. Yeah, it's a sankhara. But we will talk about that later, a little bit detail, not very detailed. Okay, so this is the Satipatthana, foundations of mindfulness. And next is the supreme efforts, Samapparana. Yeah, Samapparana. So this one too is very helpful to I don't say to attain the nirvana, to live happily. Yeah, to live happily, let us say that, and to live peacefully is very helpful to us. So the first effort, yeah, we should have is the effort to discard arising evil states. So people are suffering, we see, with the remorse, regret. So according to this first supreme efforts, we have to neglect, we have to leave all behind, even if we have made a lot of mistakes. So the effort to discuss arising evil states. Yeah. So that one also, it is very helpful to live peacefully. Yeah. So we should have the effort to discard arising evil states. So everybody have had the evil states in the past. So we have to uh, we should have the effort to discard or to neglect or to leave all of these in behind. And second is the effort to prevent the arising of and arising evil states. So there are possibilities. The unwholesome states will arise. Yeah, will arise. So for that, together with the mindfulness and the effort, okay, I won't let any kinds of evil states arise in me. So this is the second supreme efforts. So this one also how good it is, yeah. So whatever we do, whatever we talk, um, so we have the mindfulness and also this kind of alert, yeah, alertness. I won't let any kinds of evil thoughts come into my mind. So that is the second supreme effort. And next is the effort to arise and arise in wholesome states. So for that too, we should have this kind of supreme efforts too. I will try to make a lot of good deeds, yeah, a lot of good thoughts, yeah. So this kind of efforts too will help you, will support you to live happily and peacefully. And the last one, so how about the arising wholesome states? The effort to augment arising wholesome states. So, for example, we have done good single good deeds. So the Buddha encouraged us to think about that again and again. In this way, that wholesome action develop. Yeah. So that is the four kinds of supreme efforts. So all these 37 as like that. Yeah. So as long as we are cultivating or developing all these 37 bodhipakya factors. So the more we can develop, the more we are nearer to the to the higher level. Yeah, next level. Okay, next is the Adhipada. In English, basis of spiritual power. Yeah, basis of spiritual power. And there are four kinds. So these are the same as the adipati. Yeah, the base of spiritual power of desire, chanda. Yeah, chanda. The base of spiritual power, energy, virya, and the base of spiritual power of concentration, samadhi. The base of spiritual power investigating, vimansa, panya. Yeah, vimansa. And next is the faculties indriya. Yeah. So here are only five indriya that leads to the path, or enlightenment. The faculty of faith, saddha, the faculty of energy, viriya, the faculty of mindfulness, sati, the faculty of concentration, samadhi, the faculty of wisdom, panya. Yeah, Saddhendriya, Viriyendriya, Sattendriya, Samadhendriya, and Panyendriya. And next is a Bala power. Yeah, power, the power of faith, the same. Yeah, these five are the same. The power of energy, the power of mindfulness, the power of concentration, the power of wisdom. So, like we always say, why the Buddha? So, is it not enough with the Indriya? If it is the same factor, but we always answer with the Buddha. the Buddha teach the Dhamma according to the ajasya, inclination. Yeah, inclination. Some people like the Indriya, some people like Bala. Yeah, some people here, uh, if the Buddha teach with the name of the Bala, so they like it. It touch. So that's why the Buddha expounded the Dhamma in different ways. What is in the chat? Why is the Indriya Ubeka not involved there? Hmm, I don't know. So there are many questions, yeah, many questions. Uh, I don't know how to answer it, but in every sutta, so only these five factors, yeah, five indriya is mentioned that leads to the enlightenment. Yeah. So Ubeka, but I can say like there's uh, some monks explain, Ubeka is not like Saddha, Viriya, Sati, Samadhi. You know, we don't see the Ubeka as a, what is it, um, the factors that lead to the enlightenment. Yeah. But here, so then the question again is in the Bojjhanga, there is a Ubeka that leads to the enlightenment. But if we talk about the Indriya, Bala, so not only in the Abhidhamma, but also in the Suttanta, so only these five.
Okay, thank
Yeah.
you.
I'm sorry, I don't know how to say that. Yeah. I don't know how to say that. So we have a lot of questions regarding the Abhidhamma. It's not very easy. Yeah. So Ubeka is not included there. Yeah. But that is included in the Bojjhanga. Yeah. Bojjhanga. And there are 7 kinds of Bojjhanga. The enlightenment factor of mindfulness and sati, and the enlightenment factor investigation of states, Dhamma Vijaya. This Pali word is new. Yeah. So Sati, Viriya, Samadhi is very used to. But only this, yeah. Dhamma Vijaya Sambojjhanga. That is totally new in this Abhidhamma. Yeah. Dhamma Vijaya. It is the synonym for the Panya and Vimansa. Yeah, Vimansa. So here too, why the Buddha give a lot of different names? Why he use a lot of different names? It's a complicate. It makes complication to the learners. So Dhamma Vijaya. Yeah. But there is some what is the usual answer is Dhamma Desana Vilasa. Yeah. Desana Vilasa. Yeah. So Desana is a teaching. So Vilasa, I don't know how to say that. Desana Vilasa. Uh, to to make it beautify. Yeah. That is not a decoration. Yeah. Like a decoration. Yeah. Decoration of the teachings. So if the Buddha expounded the Dhamma in with the different synonyms, so then that teachings becomes beautiful. Yeah. Okay, so maybe that is the reason why the Buddha uses Dhamma Visaya Sambojjhanga. So we don't say the Panya Sambojjhanga or Vimansa Sambojjhanga, we don't say. Yeah. So Dhamma Vicaya Sambojjhanga. And the next is the enlightenment factor of energy, is very used to, Viriya Sambojjhanga. The enlightenment factor of Z, Piti Sambojjhanga. And the enlightenment factor of tranquility is a Passaddhi Sambojjhanga. Sometimes the tranquility used for the samadhi, yeah, sometimes, yeah, samatha, but here passaddhi, yeah, and the enlightenment factor of concentration, samadhi, the enlightenment factor of equanimity, upekkha. So these seven are enlightenment factors and path factors, maganga. Yeah, there are eight: right view, right thought, right speech, action, livelihood, effort, mindfulness, concentration. So altogether, 37 Bodhipakkhiya Dhamma or enlightenment factors. So if you want to attain the Nibbana, so these 37 is enough. Yeah, 37 is enough. But even the 37s, you know, this is only sati, this is a viriya, yeah. So in here there is a no panya, there is a no, but if as long as we have the sati, yeah, sati, the other kinds of enlightenment factors uh, come together with the sati, yeah. Yeah, effort. So this, as long as we have this kind of supreme effort, the other kinds of enlightenment factors like the wisdom, you don't do any kinds of the evil deeds. You always trying to avoid the to arise the evil unwholesome state or something like that. If we as long as we practice in this way, so the other kinds of the enlightenment factors come together. Yeah. Okay, so let's look at detail one by one. Satipatthana, foundations of mindfulness. Comment?
Yes, if we look at an ultimate level, then they are less than 37 because Panya is more
Less than
often,
37.
yeah.
Sure.
So
Yeah.
that's more, how do you say that? It's more positive for us to not have to work on 37, but a little
No,
less.
actually, one of them is very helpful.
Only
Already
one.
enough.
Good.
One, one, they are connected. Yeah,
Mm.
they are connected to each other. You know, I mean, the out of the 37 or out of the main title, if you practice the mind satipatthana, still okay. If you practice, be careful of the effort, that's enough. You know, it's included. Effort to discard a rising evil state is not very easy. You know, that makes very big problem. You know, some people come to me, not only the Burmese. Sometimes, here the Western people, they they come to me with the tears. So their problem is regret, thinking about too much. But some people thinking too much about the future. You know, and one a German, he comes to me that um, he told me that he is under the medical treatment, yeah, because of mental problem, and so if I ask what is the problem, he is always thinking about his job. So his many of his friends and dismissed from the job. Yeah, they lost their job, their position, and my times will come soon. But actually, when he comes to me, he still has a job. Yeah, but he's think too much. My day will come soon because all of my friends lost the job. So that is a problem. So then I told him that, hey, I don't say the name, and hey, in Myanmar, there are many people they don't have a job. They don't. Some people they don't. they don't have even food for tomorrow. Today they eat everything. Tomorrow morning they will start thinking again. Today, so so why you have this kind of problem? I know you. Uh, okay, so there are many people, around the world. I don't believe, the world is developing. So even today, as I met a family, so they explain they are very difficult to get enough salary, you know. It's an income outcome not balance. So not only the Burmese people, but also in people in Burma. But sometimes if I compare, so Burma in Burma, you know, as far as I know, there are some family who have very difficult situation, but there are many families they still okay because of the mindset. I think so. I think so. But here in Germany, I feel sad to know that so many people struggling. You know, they have a lot of money compared to the Myanmar, but after end of the month, there's a house renting, there's a car loan or something like that. Is it just enough? Yeah, just enough. They don't have a lot of money. Okay, so I mean that mentality is very important, yeah. In Germany or in everywhere, yeah, everywhere has a problem. Okay, so what I want to say is that even supreme efforts, yeah, supreme effort is enough. And if you like the Adibada, basic spiritual power, there's a chanda, etc. Okay, so 37 is different enlightenment factors, but at least five. Because why I say like that is, and in the Sotanta, I don't remember, the Buddha always emphasized these five. So as long as you are trying to develop these five, Saddha, Viriya, Sati, Samadhi, Panya, then you can attain Nibbana soon. Yeah. Okay, so let's look one by one. And Kaya Nupassana, mindfulness and contemplation of the body, Vedana, feelings, consciousness, and phenomena, Dhamma. And regarding the Dhamma body, ultimate reality, four foundations of mindfulness are identified as only Sati Cetasika, found in 42 Savana Jhana. It has been a long time we don't practice, yeah. What are the 42? So that's why I bring, yeah, 42 Savana Jhana. If you remember, that's okay. I should say, I should repeat, because for the beginner I should repeat, yeah, because without remembering all this, yeah, 42 Sopana Javana, so without learning by heart, yeah, without remembering, it's a very difficult. So if you continue learning the Bhatana, that will be more difficult. There's a lot of new, what is it? New words, yeah, new terms. Okay, 42 Sobana Javana. So what are the Sobana? Yeah, Sobana are from here. Yeah, so all together it must be, uh, in the Myanmar, for the Burmese people, Abhidhamma class, I always say it. In Burmese, there is like a beautiful sentence, but I don't know how to say in English. Is it in Burmese is um a lot in the mho a yacht in there. And it means that, in Myanmar, there are many Abhidhamma class, yeah, Abhidhamma lecture. So they teach without without asking the question, yeah, without asking the question, they teach on the Dhamma seat, and they don't care that that students understand or not. you know, that they don't care the students remember or not. So that is the beautiful lecture. It's a very beautiful if we look at that, yeah. So continuously teaching without looking at the students. That is a one way, yeah, one technique. But I always tell my students, a yatin in a yatin in Burmese, it means without remembering. If you forget single Pali words from the previous lecture, I don't continue. I don't continue. I always practice again and again, again and again, again and again. So finally, all the students they remember everything. So in this way, there is a lot of what is it, advantages. Yeah, advantages for the student is good. For me, it's so tired. I repeat again and again, again and again. Okay, so we should uh, make a practice time to time. Okay, so here altogether 59 Sobana. But here 42, yeah? 42 Sobana Jawana, not Sobana Jada. So why 42? So if we say the Jawana, you have to remove. Sorry, not this one. From here, from here, yeah, from here. So altogether 59. So out of this 59, you have to remove the vipaka. Vipaka are not javana, yeah. Vipaka are not javana. So these 5 and these 8, these 5 and these 4. So the rest, how many? And yeah. So the rest may be the 40. I'm not good at the mathematics. Yeah, that must be 42. Yeah, that must be 42 Sobana Jawana. So in this, normally you have to think about that. 42 Sobana Javana. So how many kinds of Sobana Jada? 55. So out of the 59. 59 Sobana Jada. And what are not the Javana? It's a Vipaka, yeah, Mahavipaka 8, and Mahagata Vipaka 9. If you remove, then you get the 42 Savana Javana. Yeah, so that's it. Yeah. Okay. And that is the general knowledge. Yeah, general knowledge. If you practice the meditation, that might be helpful. But usually not included in the Abhidhamma Sangha. Okay, so I took it from the commentary. So Satipatthana and Vipanlasa, distortion, yeah, distortion of perceiving. So the first one is nature Vipanlasa, Vipanlasa. Vipanlasa and Vipanlasa the same, yeah, the same. Nature Vipanlasa, the distortion of perceiving what is impermanent as permanent. And second is a Sukha Vipanlasa, but my mouth I used to say Vipanlasa, the same, yeah. The distortion of perceiving what is suffering as pleasurable. And third, Super Vipanlasa, the distortion of perceiving what is unattractive as attractive. Atta Vipanlasa, the distortion of perceiving what is selfless as having itself. So the first one, Subha Vipanlasa. Yeah, Subha Vipanlasa. The first Nupassana is a Kaya Nupassana. Yeah. And by practicing the Kaya Nupassana, mindfulness of the body, if one focuses on the body, including the hair, body hair, and 32 parts of the body as a foulness, develops a perception of unattractiveness or foulness of the 32 parts of the body. So through this practice, one can abandon Subha Vipanlasa. Yeah, Subha Vipanlasa is the distortion of perceiving what is unattractive as attractive. So if you practice Kaya Nupassana, Kaya Nupassana again and again, again and again. So Kaya Nupassana, its meaning is very wide. Its practice is very wide, but especially if you focus on the foulness of the body. So if you practice in this way, then you can abandon easily the Subha Nimitta. Subha Vipanlasa. Subha Vipanlasa. Okay, so next is a Vedana Nupassana. By practicing Vedana Nupassana, mindfulness of feelings, one focuses on the arising and passing away of feelings and their nature. Through this practice, suffering inherent in feelings becomes clear, and one can abandon Sukha Vipanlasa. So it has a very interesting meaning, you know. We focus on the arising and passing away of the feeling. Sometimes if we have the pleasant feeling, oh, we like, we are so happy. We are so happy. That is as usual, the habit, the nature, the nature of the beings. If we possess the pleasant feeling, oh, we feel good, we are so happy. But actually, that happiness, what we forget is that happiness will not last longer. After some time, that happiness disappear again. So we didn't notice that. So then that's why we didn't notice that. That's why we attach to that happiness. So if we have the unpleasant feeling, unfavorable feeling, so then we miss that. We remember that feeling. Oh, yesterday I feel so good. So where that feeling, you remember that. So that attachment, longing for the previous feeling. So what we should Vedananupassana, by practicing the Vedananupassana, we can see clearly the nature of the feeling. So all the feelings are not permanent. So if we understand that, if we have the difficulties, unpleasant feeling, oh, this one is not permanent. Don't feel too much. Don't have the very high emotion. So we remember that. And then again, if we have the pleasant feeling, that pleasant feeling is not permanent. Don't attach too much. So in this way, you can abandon Sukha Vipanlasa easily. And next is the Citta Nupassana. Citta Nupassana, mindfulness of the mind, consciousness. One carefully observes and distinguishes different states of mind, such as a mind with lust or a mind free from lust. So through this practice, the constantly changing nature of the mind becomes clear, and one can abandon nature vipanlasa. So this one is if you like to practice the Citta Nupassana, And through the Chaitanya, if you have the ability to see the nature of the impermanent nature of the Chaita, so then, oh, nothing is permanent because our mind is changing all the time. So in this way, you can abandon nature vipanlasa easily and by practicing the Chaitanya. So next is the Dhammanupassana, mindfulness of mental objects. One repeatedly contemplates the aggregates of perception, sanya khanda, mental formations, sankhara khanda. Through this practice, one realizes that ultimate realities, pramata dhamma, are the only things performing functions in all phenomena. There is no self or atta behind them. You know, sometimes if we do something, oh, I did it, he did it, she did it. Actually, if we look at according to the Abhidhamma, there is no I, there is no you, there is no woman, there is no man. Only the Brahmata Dhamma is continuing itself. There is no self behind. You know, in the Asian India, there is some uh, some teachings or idea. There is a self is motivating, generating our good and bad action. But according to the Abhidhamma, there is no self behind. Yeah. So only the Chitta process, mental thought process, and physical process is going. Yeah. So in this way, you can abandon the atta vipanlasa easily. Yeah. If you practice the Dhamma Nupassana. Okay, so that is a very overview, yeah. So you should know that, yeah. So if you have time, yeah. So I suggest you to think about to think about deeply, yeah. So I don't tell you in winter in the garden in the summer, you know, I see that a lot of people, so they are lying down. Sometimes I wonder, what are they doing? You know, what are they thinking about? You know, in the when I visit the Anglican garden in Munich, you know, there are some people, they are lying down naked. Oh. In the sun, in the summer, not in winter. You know, sometimes what are you thinking about? You know, so I suggest you not to them. I suggest you if you are lying down in the summer in the garden, so think about, yeah, in the Abhidhamma, by practicing the Kaya Nupassana, I can easily abandon the Subha Vipanasa. What is look like or something like that, yeah. Okay, so if you think, sometimes you will understand very deep meaning, you will grasp very deep meaning, yeah. You know, when I study from my teacher in Myanmar, some knowledge I didn't get, but later I think the some new knowledge, some realization comes, yeah. Okay. Supreme effort. Yeah. So there are four kinds of samabadana, supreme efforts. The first one, to abandon unwholesome deeds that have already arisen. Opana pabaga. Yeah. Opana is already arising. Pabaga is unwholesome deeds. So that is very important. And second, to prevent unwholesome deeds that have not yet arisen. So the first one, according to my experience, the first one is very, very difficult. Yeah, very difficult. And even second is a little bit easy, you know, to prevent unwholesome deeds that have not yet arisen. Anopana papaga. Yeah, anopana is have not yet arisen. Pabaka is unwholesome actions. And number 3, to develop and actually to trying to the effort to develop wholesome deeds, yeah, or to initiate, I don't know how to say it, yeah, to start doing wholesome deeds that have not yet arisen, anopana kusala, yeah, anopana that have not yet arisen. Kusala is a wholesome deeds. So for the wholesome action that have not arisen, we have to make effort to arise, yeah, to do. And the last one also very helpful to happy living, to increase wholesome deeds that have already arisen. Opana kusala. So it means that so like unwholesome deeds, everybody have made a mistake towards a friend, towards parents, towards colleague. Yeah, so we had a lot of unwholesome deeds. So likewise, we made a lot of good deeds too. Yeah, good deeds too. Yeah, we have the old people, we support parents, we support teachers, we support the elderly person, we support the poor person. So even if on the train we give the place to the old person or something like that. So all these kinds are the wholesome deeds. So how to practice, how to make effort towards this, to think about how good I am because I have done good deeds. So in this way, we have the motivation to be a good person, to do a lot of good deeds. Yeah. So okay. So these are supreme effort, 4 kinds of supreme efforts. Here too, the kind of effort, viriya, that is, no, not the Dhamma body, I mean. Here is a explanation. The kind of effort, viriya, that is unwavering and relentless, even to the point where one's flesh, that is not only in the commentary, but also in the many sutta. So the Buddha always encourages to have this kind of effort, yeah, unwavering and relentless, even to the point where one's flesh and blood dry up and only skin, sinews, bones remain. It's a very strong. So that's why Samabhrana is called the supreme effort. Yeah. Okay, it's called the Samabhrana or Samabhrana Viriya, the supreme effort. As a Dhamma body, ultimate realities, mental factors of effort, Viriya Cetasika, must be identified for all 4 types of supreme efforts. This effort is found only in the 21 wholesome types of consciousness, Kusala Ceta. So it isn't easy, yeah? 21 types of wholesome consciousness is a Mahakusala 8, Mahakata Rupavachara Kusala 5, Arupavachara Kusala 4, and Magga Kusala 4. Altogether, 21. There is still some to talk about the ultimate reality. So I think we should continue this one later. Let me stop here for today. Okay.
Sadhu, sadhu,
Sadhu,
sadhu.
sadhu.
Okay, take care, Sally. Too, Sally. You too.
Oh, so cold.
Very cold, yeah.
Take care, take care.
Yeah, good luck. Thank you so much.
Welcome, welcome. Have a good night. Yeah.
You
Night.
too.
Good night. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Bye bye.